Me and her do not talk. It's just we like. I'll be like Jessica. We like joke and we say little things, but there's no like. I've never had a one-on-one conversation with her.
Well, honestly, one thing about Jessica is, I think the only person that she doesn't talk game with pretty much anybody. To be honest, like almost anybody. Probably a little bit with Eric. We discussed the Eric thing with Jessica. Other than that, like up in the group is pretty much the only thing that she talks to. You know what I mean? Jessica just all she does is lay around and sleep here all day. That's it.
She tans.
Shut up.
And giggles. I like Jessica, don't get me wrong.
I didn't say that.
If you take the scoring on your life of your daughter out of the equation, what do you come up with?
I want Eric gone.
So, remedy the situation. I told everybody, and I tell everybody, the only time I ever lied in this house was to Zach. And I made it right by going to Zach and telling him, and I was totally justified in doing what I did because Zach was setting me up. And instead I tried to flip it so he went on the block instead of Joe. And what happened with that? Joe went around and told Zach. Joe went around and told everyone that I did that. When I was trying to save his ass. Fucking asshole. Things change in this house on an hourly basis.
And another thing, and whatever, you guys don't get mad at me. I just think it's a little odd how you guys are like both buddy-buddy with Jen now.
It's not that we're...
Maybe not buddy-buddy like friends, but like you guys are always like talking and like, it's just weird. It just strikes me as very odd.
Okay, how this thing all started?
Yeah, because of Eric.
No, but there's a lot more to it.
I went to Jen to call a truce, okay, over all of the bullshit that's been going on, especially after the clothes throwing situation.
And this was also after, though, you know, I told you, you know, the POV was one, and I needed to talk to Jen because I needed to know what she was doing with it. And that's when I started talking to her about, you know, she wanted to know who I was finding, and I didn't want to tell her. And that's when we started exchanging notes because she had an idea of who I was going to put up and why.
And I talked to her, and we made a deal and I promised her that I wouldn't give her any of the bullshit anymore, and all the way through the end of the game, and I gave her my word. And then after that, we started talking about other things. And when we were talking about one person, and at one point, nobody was mentioning names. And at one point, she goes, he. And then she goes, or she. And I go, no, you can say he. And as a matter of fact, I go, I'll say it, Eric. And she goes, yeah, Eric. And that's when everything came together, and all it was is like we already knew. It was just confirmation. And then she had more information that just piled it on top.
And for me, Amber, you know that I do not like Jen. We're in bunny suits together. We can't do anything. She's in this house. Nick's gone, so I don't have to deal with her, you know, treating me like crap because of Nick. I'll be cordial with her. I'll, you know, sit and talk to her. That does not, how many times have I told you this? That does not change my opinion of her. I don't think she's a good person. I think that she's a horrible person. I think she's a rude person, insensitive. My opinion of her has not changed at all. But for me, of course, I'd rather be cordial with somebody rather than, you know, her giving me dirty looks and making snide comments at me every single day. Do you know what I mean? It's just like...
And just because we're working for the same goal...
doesn't mean we're working together.
And trust me, it doesn't mean that she's voting to vote Eric out. She's voting to keep Kale in. I'm not voting to keep Kale in. I'm voting to get Eric out. There's a difference. It's the same, but there is a difference. The person that was in the group leaking the information, the person that was in the group doing all of that stuff was Eric. Some of it was even Dustin telling Kale that she wasn't going home.
Well, I know he told her she was a pawn.
No, he told her you're not going home and then got pissed off at her for not acting frazzled enough.
Yeah, I know he said something to her about that in the bathroom.
Why? We all promised each other that we wouldn't do that. That was an agreement within the group. He's betrayed the group twice. I haven't betrayed the group once.